Hi there, Mohammed. My name's Andrew and I'm the essay corrector here at IELTSpodcast.com. Thanks for submitting your trial correction on international marketing. With these trial corrections, what I do is read through them sentence by sentence, offer you some guidance on how well you responded to the task, how well you structured your essay, how appropriate the language was that you used, and I will also provide some grammatical corrections to your work. It normally takes just under 10 minutes. So listen carefully. Increasing globalization of various trade-related activities, including marketing. Okay, so the danger with this is that the question asks specifically about marketing. So starting your essay with all of this stuff, as well as marketing, tells the examiner that you're going to go off topic. Because the subject of this essay is specifically the marketing, the advertising, the promotion of products in different countries. So marginalize and harm the cultural and moral values, again, is not quite accurate. It talks about being invasive and intrusive. So at best, we could try to use something like that it disrespects or undermines the cultural and moral values. But I would stick to the use of the words invasive and intrusive. You could even say that it is thought to be an unwelcome invasion and an intrusion into the country in question, just to paraphrase. You don't have to change the language to a great extent in your introduction, but just a good paraphrase is all that's required. So essentially what we've said here is that international marketing is often believed to invade and intrude into the country in question. Before however, we should really use a semicolon, because however normally means that it's very much related to this. This usually means in contrast to the previous sentence. So a semicolon can be used whenever two distinct sentences are related, and however almost always begins a sentence that is related to the previous one. However, many researchers have pointed out the necessary positive benefits, I would say, in academia, and other benefits from such internationalization. In my opinion, cost competitiveness and enrichment of local cultures through exchange of products and ideas outweighs the harms, especially if we can maintain our integrity and respect for each other's cultures. Okay, but what we need here, we've covered culture, language, and ideas, sort of, but we need to tackle these topics more specifically. I can see what you've done is you've used a lot of complex vocabulary to try to write an impressive introduction. But what we should do instead is actually keep our introduction quite simple. Just cover the question in its entirety, give your opinion, and briefly outline the ideas that you will use in the body of your essay. And then I would recommend only writing 2 body paragraphs, and each body paragraph should feature around 4 sentences. This is because the academic format, when we express an idea, requires us to introduce the idea, to expand it fully, to support it with an example from the real world to show that our our thinking is based on evidence, and then normally a final sentence just to explain how it all relates back to the question that we were originally asked. So international trade as well is really not what we're talking about. We need to think of synonyms for international marketing, advertising, promotion. So international trade allows global consumers to obtain and utilize the best products at competitive prices. Customers do not end up paying exorbitant high prices, which are often visible in a closed market. They can consume a variety of products at a reasonable price, which eventually improves the standard of living. Okay, so prices and standard of living. We've written a paragraph on cost and quality of life, but this was not asked for by the question. So this is a discuss both views and give your opinion. So what we would expect is one paragraph on why some people would think that international marketing is invasive and intrusive. So we could talk about disrespect done to local cultures by sending out a single advert to multiple countries. And then we would expect another paragraph that discussed why it is beneficial specifically to the spread of languages, ideas, and culture. And then your conclusion would essentially conclude which one you side with and why. But let's go through and correct your grammar. Exchange of cultural activities and entertainment forms such as. Don't use like in place of such as. Like is for making analogies. It was like this. But this is not an analogy. These are examples. So always use such as. Such as literature, movies, music and artistic expressions can augment and enrich young minds, who can enlighten and further develop the cultural depth of their respective homelands. Most prominent cultures around the world were open to free exchange of ideas, and foreign influences played a role in broadening cultural variety. Here we should say something like, historically speaking, just to clarify that we're talking about past. And also, though, we should use an example here to back this up. Making a statement like this requires evidence. In fact, every single body paragraph that you use requires evidence in the form of a real-world example. However, I would say in some instances, nations with superior political and economic power were seen to launch massive campaigns to promote their products and traditions, which often marginalized the cultures with limited resources. Despite having a rich culture with historical significance and a rich heritage, many small countries have completely lost their own cultural identities from such unjustified exertion by superpowers. See, your grammar and your lexical resource is fantastic, but we really need to improve the task response, so responding really accurately to the question that you were asked, as well as structuring our body paragraphs better with examples. To conclude, irrespective of the economic and political strength, don't need that, countries must be respectful to others' heritage. And we don't need that either. While participating in trade and cultural exchanges. Observance of such mutual respect can further refine and develop cultures through cost effectiveness, diversity, and efficient means of education. See, yeah, again, we sort of went in and out of the point. But really your biggest gain could be simplifying your introduction and ensuring that you answer the question, give your opinion, and if it was asked for, and briefly outline the two ideas you will use in the body of your essay. Body paragraph 1, idea 1, introduce, expand, support, explain. Body paragraph 2, idea 2, introduce, expand, support, explain. And then in your conclusion, either reassert your opinion and recover the ideas that you've used, or choose between one or the other if it's a discuss both views and give your opinion. But we should do this here as well. So in order to have a consistent essay, we should give our opinion here, discuss it all fully here, and then reassert our opinion here. And this means that the examiner or the reader in the normal world situation can see your view all the way through, and it's clear. But your strong points are your lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy. Your medium point is coherence and cohesion, and your weak point is task response. So really focus on that. If you would like some additional help and some more corrections done in this manner, you can subscribe to our sentence guide course, the link to which is on this very page you are staring at right now. I do hope to be seeing some more of your work coming through soon, Mohammed, but until then, have a great day and goodbye for now.